Hi, my name's Martin Plus and I'm a teacher who've worked in 3 independent schools since 1984, and I'd like to talk to you today about me.edu.au. Sometimes I might call it me.edna because in my mind I think of it as combined as Edna, so excuse me if I do that. As an educator, I've found it really important to be involved with technology over the years, and I've always been sort of an early adopter of technology. And in the early days when it wasn't that mainstream, it was good fun just to do it by yourself. But now technology is so mainstream, I find that it's really important for people to actually then make use of it. And I found me Edna to be a means to be able to do this really well. Let's be clearer. What I'd like to cover with you is that how I got onto it. I was involved with Edna groups through the Geography Teachers Association of New South Wales. Our professional association used the facilities available through Edna groups to supplement our webpage, especially the activities of blogs and wikis and forums and things like that. In 2006, I went to one of the Edna tour trips that was in Sydney, and I was really, really rapt to meet the people behind the scenes who worked at Edna. And at that time, I was able to talk to a few of them about me.edu.au, and I was able to follow up what was coming up on the horizon. And so when it arrived, I got fully involved with it and signed up. Edna Groups is really good because I was able to follow the groups from a distance, so to speak. But what I found the beauty about me Edna was I was able to connect directly with people that were like-minded, and I was interested in learning from them. And the other thing that me.edu.au created was the interest category. And so for me particularly, I was involved in social networking, Twitter, and blogging. And there are other ones as well. I think the trick with this sort of stuff is to actually be selective in what you use, and me.edu.au made that possible because I was able to sort of hone in on the stuff that I was interested in. What I'd like to do is give you a couple of examples of the things that I found really useful with me.edu.au. The first thing I want to talk about is the viral professional development. And by that I mean is in the middle where you have the section where the latest updates are. You'll be able to follow what other people are doing. You can see what their Twitter tweets are. You can see that their delicious bookmarks are. You can see perhaps what the latest blog entry is. And I'll give you an example. I was working with some students the other day, and I was trying to work out how to help them with their report writing, particularly bibliographies. And I had in the back of my mind that they're going to university at some stage as well. So I thought it'd be really important that they focus on how to do that properly. I was thinking of EndNote. And then I noticed someone put a delicious bookmark to it. So I went to that, had a look around, and I put me to a nice simple how-to video that I was able to use and show my students. So not only was I able to help them with their immediate research project, hopefully I gave them some skills that they'd be able to use in years to come. So that was my first example. My second example I'd like to give you is to do with viral professional development. And what I mean by that is the ability to connect with other people that have similar interests. And the best example of that I can give you is through a bit of competition, the Ning Oz New Zealand Educators Group. One Sunday afternoon, I was just looking through the internet. I just thought I'd check in on me.edu.au. And while I was there, I noticed someone had made a tweet in their feed section, and they'd updated a comment about there's going to be a conference on Sunday night. So within the next couple of hours, I learned how to video conference. I set the webcam up like I've done here now, got the audio right, put the headphones on, and contributed to a conference, video online conference with Australia, New Zealand, and in that case, English educators. They do that every Sunday and Tuesday nights. I pop in and out when I can, it's not as often as I'd like, but that was made possible by me.edu.au. The next example I'd like to give is that me.edu.au provided a means to connect two different groups of people. I was on a conference organising committee for the AIS Integrators Conference in 2008 this year in Sydney. And I suggested a person I'd come across, and the person I come across I'd seen in me.edu.au. What they were talking about was their experiments and their activities with blogs and some of the issues that they'd had to deal with. So I went back to the conference committee. They said, what do you think? They said, great, contact the person. I went onto the wall at me.edu.au, wrote a message to this person because I didn't have their email address, And within a day or so, that email came back to me and said, yes, we'd be interested in doing that conference. Give me the details. So I was able to forward that email to my conference organizer, and the two of them got together, discussed a few of the issues, and before we knew it, this person was one of the keynote speakers at our conference, and it was really successful. And that was made possible by me.edu.au. The final thing I want to talk about is the actual social side of it. I really found it useful to actually connect with people that are educators that I may never meet, but I feel like I know them. And that has given me an opportunity to professionally connect with people that are like-minded. I wouldn't have any hesitation at all now when I was, say, travelling to South Australia to see my sister or a friend of mine who's in Melbourne now doing some work, and to say to them, could you, I'm coming down, how about a cup of coffee? What are you doing? And in fact, actually, I was at a conference this year, and one particular person came up to me and said, if you're ever in Melbourne, give us a ring and we'll put you up for the night. That would never have happened at all 10 years ago, sort of, with people that I hardly knew. But people get to know each other in an online community. We really do have developing here a community of practice of people centered around education, and it's facilitated in part by me.edu.au. So I just wanted to share with you what my thoughts are on that. I think it's a really, really worthwhile thing for your own personal development, the development of your own ICT skills, your ability to communicate and connect and collaborate with other people, and just your overall ability to actually help the teaching and learning of the students that you teach and the teachers that you work with. And it's all been made possible for me by this, and I just think it's a really, really valuable tool, one of many, I accept that it can be used to help you with education. Okay, that's Martin Plus with his thoughts on me.edu.au. Okay, bye for now. See ya.